Hi, I'm Tasha from One Big Happy Life on behalf of the Financial Diet, and this is the Lifestyle Fix brought to you by Wealthsimple. The Lifestyle Fix is all about helping you live an amazing life on any budget. And one of the best things that you can do to help yourself live a full and happy life is to make self-improvement a lifelong habit. So we're here on the Financial Diet, so you know there's no way that I'd make an essential life skills list that doesn't include getting better with your money. So let's talk about number one, how to manage your money. Now, there are lots of parts to this whole money management thing, like paying off debt, getting your bills paid on time, and building a solid emergency fund. The key to actually accomplishing all of these is to master budgeting. Budgeting is an essential part of reaching your financial goals. Now, I know that a lot of people resist budgeting because they feel it's too restrictive, but all budgeting is knowing exactly how much money you're bringing in and deciding in advance what you want to do with that money instead of reaching the end of the month and wondering where all of your money went. Last year, Joseph and I decided that we wanted to pay off $35,000 worth of debt, but we also wanted to go to his brother's wedding in a different state and take a family trip to Singapore. So we sat down and hammered out a budget that would make it all happen. Yes, it meant that we had to do things like cut back on our eating out budget, but we were okay with that because we wanted those other things more. The more you budget and the more you tie it into your life goals, the better you get at it. And once you figure out a budget that works for you, you can always take steps to automate your finances. If you need help getting started with budgeting, check out the link in the description box to TFD's budgeting playlist. And if you want to take a peek at a real life budget with actual numbers, I'll also drop a link to the video where I shared my family's actual budget for 2018. Number two, how to negotiate. Negotiating is important. It's how you make sure that you're getting the best possible deal, whether it's a good price on the new to you car that you're buying or getting a salary that's consistent with what you're actually worth. In any transaction, both parties will have their own interests and needs. Negotiation is all about helping you both find common ground and reach an agreement that benefits everyone. When you master the art of negotiation, both sides can walk away from a transaction feeling like they got a good deal. Ultimately, this builds stronger business and personal relationships and makes sure that your needs are being met. Sometimes negotiating can be as simple as just asking if there are any promotions or coupons that could help bring the price down. Get in the habit of asking, are you guys running any coupons or promotions right now? Or even simply, is this your best offer? Another easy way to get comfortable negotiating is to get multiple quotes and use those as the jumping off point for your negotiations. Number three, how to say no. Learning how to say no is the key to setting healthy boundaries in work and in life. There's only so much time in the day, and we all have to prioritize how we want to spend that time. It can be really easy to allow other people's priorities to dictate our time because we want to be a good friend, partner, colleague, or employee. But always remember that anytime you say yes to something today, that means you're saying no to something else that you could have been doing with your time in the future. Overcommitting yourself is a recipe for burnout and unhappiness. Believe it or not, saying no and guarding your time will make others respect you and your time a lot more. Now, sometimes you might find yourself in a position where you don't feel like you can say no, like with your boss, for example. One way to handle that situation is to have a conversation with them where you outline your current assignments, the amount of time that you expect them to take, and their respective deadlines. Then you can ask your boss which task they want you to prioritize and which one should go on the back burner. Number four, how to check in with yourself. As much as we wish there was, there's no one clear path through life that leads to happily ever after. But luckily, we do all have an inner compass that at least can help guide us towards a happier and more fulfilling life if we learn how to listen to it. The idea of checking in with yourself might seem strange, but think about it. How often do you check in with the other people in your life? Your friends, coworkers, significant other? The most common question that probably comes out of your mouth on any given day is some version of how are you, including how's it going? How was your weekend? What's new? You get the idea. It's even the second phrase that you learn when you're studying a foreign language, right after hello. But how often do you stop and ask yourself how you're doing? Recognizing what is and isn't working in your life is essential feedback to help guide you in life in the direction that you actually want to go. Some easy ways to check in with yourself on a regular basis are to pick up journaling or just spend a few minutes a day just sitting with your thoughts. Number five, how to cook. Everyone needs to eat, and eating out all of the time is incredibly expensive. When you cook for yourself, you also tend to eat fewer calories compared to eating out, and you get the added bonus of knowing exactly what's in your food. Of all the life skills on this list, I think this one is by far the easiest to master. There are lots of simple yet delicious recipes out there that you can make in 30 minutes or less with just a few pantry staples. Start by learning just 3 to 5 go-to recipes. Then every week or two, add a new recipe to your rotation. Number 6, how to apologize. We all make mistakes. Learning how to apologize when you've messed up will help you build stronger, healthier relationships and will help you grow as a person. So here are the key elements to a good apology. First, have the right attitude. An angry or resentful apology isn't going to be particularly effective. Instead, focus on showing compassion, empathy, and remorse. Second, acknowledge what you did wrong and why it was wrong. This helps the person feel like their feelings have been validated. Third, offer to fix it or do something to make it up to the person. Depending on the situation, you might also need to provide an explanation for why you did what you did. If you do, make sure that you don't use that as an opportunity to make excuses for yourself, because most likely that's just going to make things worse. Instead, focus on how you can do things differently in the future. Number 7, how to be alone. When I was a kid, my parents would come to parent-teacher conference night and every teacher would tell them the exact same thing. They loved having me in their class, but I just would not stop talking. So yeah, I was a very social kid. To this day, I still love spending time with others, my children, my partner Joseph, my friends. But over time, I've learned to cherish the time that I can spend by myself, just focusing on me, and to see it as an essential part of my personal growth and happiness. The added benefit of being comfortable with being alone is that it allows us to be selective about the people that we let into our daily lives. So try to have regular dates with yourself, like going to a cafe by yourself, going to a party by yourself, or even taking a trip to explore a new city solo. Number 8. How to interview. We use our interview skills frequently, whether you realize it or not. How to engage and answer questions is a skill that you'll need to find jobs, friends, and maybe even a life partner. My daughter Alexis just had her first interview ever. She strolled up into that Dunkin' Donuts in a suit, armed with a printed copy of her resume and a clever answer for the inevitable, "What's your biggest professional weakness?" question. FYI, the correct answer is never that you're too much of a perfectionist, and you should always find a way to turn that weakness, whatever it is, into a positive. So how do you get better at interviewing? Well, practice makes perfect. The more you interview, the better you'll get at it. Look up interview questions online and actually write out mock answers to them. Take advantage of your college's Alumni Affairs office and see if they have any interviewing workshops that you can participate in. And if you don't get a job, follow up and ask what you could have done to help make yourself a stronger candidate. Number 9, how to make small talk. No matter how much of a homebody you are, you will inevitably find yourself in a situation where you're going to have to talk to people that you don't know. Meeting new people can be really awkward, especially if you're a natural introvert. Mastering the art of small talk makes those meetings so much less cringeworthy and can even make them enjoyable. You see, small talk is actually only just the beginning of the conversation. It's how you get your foot in the door so you can then have an opportunity to really connect and get to know that other person. You never know what you could learn or where that relationship could go in the future. The other side of knowing how to make small talk is learning how to expertly extract yourself from a conversation without making it awkward. The easiest way to do this is to wait for a lull in the conversation and then give yourself an excuse to leave. Like you need to top up your drink or run to the restroom. It works every time. Number 10, how to give and accept feedback. Unless you're an independently wealthy hermit, learning to give and accept feedback with grace is an essential life skill that you'll need to develop if you want to succeed personally and professionally. The first step to getting good at accepting feedback is to not take it personally. Negative feedback is not a reflection on your worth as a person or your overall abilities. Recognize that there's always room for improvement and that external feedback can be a great resource to help with that. Even if the feedback feels harsh or unfair, make sure that you assess it objectively and try to find any nuggets of truth in there. After all, being a better you can only benefit you in the long run. Now, in terms of giving feedback, I've always been a fan of the praise sandwich. Lead with a positive comment, then give all of the negative comments with some tips on how to improve, and then follow all of that up with another positive comment. The praise sandwich can really help make negative feedback a lot more palatable, which will make it more likely that the person will actually accept your feedback and make the changes that you're recommending. Mastering these 10 life skills will go a long way towards helping you live a happier and more fulfilled life. So let's talk about another easy way to start making progress on your life goals. Wealthsimple is an online investing service that makes it easy to start saving and investing like a pro. Just answer a few simple questions and they'll build you a custom portfolio that's designed to fit your financial needs, whether it's using a smart savings account for your next vacation or building your long-term nest egg in an IRA. Best of all, it runs on autopilot. Just set up automatic transfers and let it go to work in the background. If you have any questions along the way, you can always reach out to one of their money experts for a free portfolio review. Plus, TFD viewers get a cash bonus for getting started. You can check them out at wealthsimple.com/promo/lifestylefix or use the link in the description box below. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to thumbs up, subscribe, and hit that notification button and tune in here every single Friday for brand new episodes of The Lifestyle Fix. See you next week.